it's ice off and it's game time, man. Fish are going to be happening. I'm excited. This is one of my favorite parts of the year. We're on Sheridan. Sheridan is I'd say medium to big lake, and it has depths from 20 feet. The deepest part of the lake would be 115. So you have these variations in depth, which mean your water temperature is going to be all over the place. So every day is different. Fish could be biting one day for 2 hours and then be completely turned off, and they're going to be happening on the other side of the lake.
The ice just came off the lake about a week and a half ago. So fish are hungry and they're looking for food. And some of their first food are leeches. We've got our black and reds, our wine and dines, our black and purples. And then I made these little hybrids yesterday, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. There's so many different elements that factor into a good fishing day, whether it's the air temperature, the wind, the water temperature, when did the ice come off, do you have a kid on the boat, are you missing hits?
Have I mastered Sheridan? Hell no. I've been fishing this lake ever since I could hold a rod. So every day, like, I treat it as, it's like it's a brand new first time fishing day. It's not going to be the same. This is a make or break. Like, it makes you love fishing because you're catching big fish and it's just absolute incredible. And at the same time, it makes you want to hang up your rod. So I love Sheridan because every day is a challenge, and every day is different.
I'll try out front this way for now.
Nice, Scooter. There you go.
Okay. This fish is a little dark, so the flesh isn't going to be that great because it's really dark, which means that it's probably a spawning fish. So yeah, we're gonna let this guy go. I don't want to kill a fish if the flesh isn't gonna be good. I don't want to waste it, so might as well just keep it in the lake, and it's either gonna spawn, or if it dies in the lake before it spawns, at least it feeds the eagles and all the other surrounding wildlife and stuff. Just puts more nutrients back into the lake, so.
Oh yeah! That's a good fish.
Good, it's giving me a much better fight than the last one, so. Woo. There we go.
Watch out, here we go, hungry in.
Woohoo!
Look at this. Whoa! A good fish, Mom.
Thank you.
Chromefish by far taste the best, so we look to utilize hitting those chromefish, bonking those ones, and putting them in the freezer into the frying pan. So, oh yeah, it's a good fish. I was trying to take a pee, but I got one.
You got it?
Yeah, I still got him. Perfect. The hardest thing is we have to find them. So we got to be where fish are. We can't be stagnant in a place. You got to rotate. You got to find where active fish are, because it's going to turn on and off. This weather, from different weather systems that are coming in, your barometers getting all over the place, and then the fish get turned on and they get turned off. Like, it's just like, it happens like that. So big thing is like covering water and fishing aggressively. Yeah, it's a huge amount of hatch coming off here. So I want to just like kind of scope along this island, see if we pick up a bunch of fish at a certain depth, and then maybe we'll fish some crawnies in here or something. Like, I saw all those gulls. I can see them just pecking at the water, so they're picking up all these
Right
like
there.
midges. Anyways, we're gonna scoot along here, get in amongst this, just check it all out, see if we can start picking up some fish. just picked up a fish 30 feet right down on the bottom. Hopefully I pick a couple more up pretty quick here. And if that's the case, then we'll anchor up right there. So I kind of want to see like a fish and then another fish and then another fish like pretty quick. Oh, big fish. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at all these midges. There's a million of them. So I looked down below and the fish finder was just peaking with fish. So we're gonna try a little deep crawny in this time of year. So which means we're gonna need to do a like quite deep. We're in 33 feet here. So now let that drop all the way down.
When you look at the water, you can see that the bugs have already hatched and there's a lot of casings. So because the bugs start as like little chironomid pupae at the bottom, and then they swim up to the top, and then they leave their casing behind when they like fly off. It's in that kind of midday range when the weather's warm, good temperature for them to start hatching. We are battling a nap time. It is her nap time. We were just on our way back to put her down for a nap, but then all of a sudden we saw all these bugs and birds, and we had to stop to see if there's fish at the bottom.
Unavoidable. This is time to get her in for a nap. So
my dad's working on his cabin right now, so she's gonna nap. He's gonna lay some floors, and we're gonna get hopefully an hour and a half of fishing in.
So
the birds are still here.
The birds are just munching away. They've actually grown. There's more of them now. So it's still happening, right? Like for all we know, this hatch is taking 4 hours. Hopefully there's more fish. The wind has definitely kicked up. There's a lot less bugs and a lot less fish on the sounder, which is crazy that I can turn like that, but we're at about 2 o'clock. We're gonna get into 15 feet to anywhere from 10 to 20 feet of water. Ideally start finding some fish, maybe migrating into the shallows for the afternoon, and hopefully get a couple on the line. Very good. Hold up. There's one. Oh, just a little squeak. Still counts. Oh, there's a little squish right there. Woo! Oh, this is a good fish. This is about a 5-6 pound fish. Okay, here we go.
Control your fish, please. This is ridiculous.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I was ready 5 minutes ago.
There's a good fish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Worth the face wash. So on our drive up, we made a couple stops along the side of the road and we found morel mushrooms. I love the looks of this because everything is very dark and black. There's lots of ash. There's lots of open space, like we don't have to bushwhack a ton. We're gonna look at like the base of trees for the mushrooms to be there, and again we're gonna have to like retrain our eyes now because they really blend in with the ground because they're the exact same color. Okay, I found the first little mushroom here, which is very exciting because where there's one, there's often more. We're gonna find bigger ones, but yeah, this is exactly what a morel mushroom looks like, and we're in the right spot, so that's very exciting. You can tell that these are nice and fresh too because it's still white at the stem, which is awesome. These are gonna be super tasty. Oh my gosh, and another little one, full of nutrition.
Just like in any foraging, a lot of it is you're hunting, right? Like this is, they call it mushroom hunting, like really it is. You gotta train your eyes to pick up that certain tinge of brown or know certain specifics and focus points. So truly, I feel like we're noobs compared to some people, and we are pretty standard run-of-the-mill, just two people that love doing what they do and try to figure out what's around them and then utilize on it.
It's not the most we've ever picked, but considering the time that we had and Fraser getting a little fussy, we were pretty happy with that. We drove a couple hours more and then we pulled over on the side of the road and we did a little bit more exploring and we found some wild asparagus.
There you go. Booyah.
I want them a little bit bigger, but this is still perfect eating and it's super fresh. When you learn to identify a plant, you learn a little bit about them and you're like, oh, this is edible and it's just like growing off the side of the road. Like, that's so cool. Like, I'll pick it, or hopefully you don't ever get lost in the wild, but if you're ever stuck, you know what to eat.
Nap time's over.
Yep.
It's game time now. Gotta get the kiddo. They are in there. I saw a couple already when we came right in. Hey, have some goldfish crackies. They fix everything. Mom, do you want a goldfish cracker?
Fraser,
Oh, nice calf. Crazy, look. Watch the bobber. Watch the bobber. Keep watching. Over there. You see it? You see it? See it over there? There it is. Yep. Hey, Mama got one.
Not the biggest, but
Mama got one. Yoo-hoo! Here it comes. Wow! Fishing on. Oh, look. There you go. Whoa, do you want to touch it? Want to touch it? Wow! Oh, is that a fishy? Say good job, Mom. Yeah. There's a fish.
this is your dinner
There's a
tonight.
fish. You're gonna eat that. Okay, get another.
See? Look how pretty he is on the top.
Wow.
And it's a brook trout because it has little pink spots with blue halos around it. And the top is like tiger striped. It's super pretty. Those are sharp teeth.
Guess what? We're eating them. Bonk. One more. Bonk. Well, there you go. There you go. Good job, kiddo. I think we get a lot of satisfaction being able to have like these moments of like exactly this, being like pulling a fish, her be super intrigued, want to look at it, trying to talk to us about it, so she like registers everything, and she's like in this like, holy smokes, what is this, you know?
I know a lot of people think like fish are gross, they're slimy, they smell, but I mean, we love fish and we love to eat them, and I think that just like harvesting them and showing her what it's all about is going to be a pretty awesome lifestyle that she's going to grow up into.
This will be very normal, everyday kind of stuff,
as soon
you know?
as she's able to dig for worms, like that's going to be like a chore of hers, to dig for worms, and then we'll use them for fishing.
Dinner has been caught. Time to get some trout on your plate. Hey there, kiddo.
Yeah, we don't have to starve tonight. We're having trout.
So we're just gutting them. So what I usually do is I just go up the butt all the way along, all the way up,
and then I go through this. I'm gonna cut above the tongue. I've gone through the other side, and then all I do is I just grab down like this, down the throat, start ripping, keep ripping, and I'll tear off from that. Done deal.
With my family cabin, my dad was like 4 years old or something when they got this cabin. So I've grown up and been kind of raised fishing this lake and figuring out, and that's like my big like fishing journey has stemmed from being lake fishing, right? Like being here for summers, like from minnow fishing, being out there for 12 hours in a canoe or in a paddle boat, to growing up and learn how to fly fish and fish leeches, fish chironomids, all these different types of lures, and start figuring fish out and what works. Sterling, my younger brother, is 4 years younger than me. Him and I have grown up with a love for fishing, and it really stems from like lake fishing, from fishing Sheridan. We had to learn how to be adaptable. We learned some things from our dad, and we kind of grew out of that, and we had to change our tactics, and we learned to be unorthodox. You'd probably say the same, that Sheridan has made us to the fishermen we are today, guaranteed it's because of Sheridan.
So I took the skin off all the fillets, and I'm frying them in a pan with just some oil, and then we're gonna wait till they're a little bit more cooked, and then I'm gonna kind of glaze them with like a teriyaki sauce. And we're having teriyaki trout rice bowls for dinner.
I love that I have a place that I got to do this as a kid. Now to have the opportunity for Fraser to grow up in a place like this is pretty great. It's gonna be hilarious because there's gonna be so many firsts again, you know, with her, which I remember doing and like passing on those little things.
I think that this place is really gonna imprint on her and really just like fuel her love for the outdoors, and I'm really excited for that because I think it's just so important in today's day and age where we're very overstimulated with all of our devices and screens, and just coming up here and being able to disconnect from all of that and just go out on the water. And she'll learn to swim here. She's obviously gonna learn to fish here. There's just so much for her to learn and learn to love, so it's exciting that she gets to do it in a place like this.
Being able to like try and raise her a right way and get her to understand that like the stuff that you eat, you pulled from this lake and it came right out and went, you know, it doesn't just have to end at the cabin. It's like you can have fun doing all of that, whether it be foraging, hunting, fishing, collecting your food to fuel you through your life. Is like, it can be fun and a great time and an adventure as its own, right? Which is how we live our life. So it'll be fun to bring her up and like see how that shapes her and steers her in whatever direction she'll go. But how can a place like this not like encourage those types of things, you know? So it's exciting.